Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to Today in Bitcoin. Today is September the 27th, 2017. Holding Bitcoin is becoming more and more lucrative. Crypto dividends to the moon, baby. Strong hand. All right, so we've had some big crypto dividend news this morning. Mainstream Bitcoin press picking up on something we've been talking about here for a month. But anyway, check out the link section below if you want to get yourself a Trezor Ledger Nano. Get your leather case for your storage device at cryptohwwallet.com. Use the affiliate link. There are all sorts of discount codes down there. If you want to get a shirt they have free shirts there also, some deal. But Crypto Graffiti, use the Meister code if you want to get one of his cool shirts. I've got a Trezor affiliate link down there also. Good stuff that you need, man. Well, I guess you don't need T-shirts. And you don't really need a leather case for your storage device, but they're cool. I've got a leather case right here. Hey, but you do need a storage device. Never store your coins at an exchange. Store them on this baby. Look, you know, it looks pretty. All right, so let's jump into this thing today. As you can see, I am here. It's the afternoon in the United States. In Baltimore, it's 3:46. I'm not usually on at this hour. I'm rescheduling everything. We're getting stuff on a different schedule. It was Friday night is Yom Kippur. So on Friday, we're going to have an early this week in Bitcoin. It might be as early as 9 a.m. on the East Coast. We have not decided on the exact time yet. But one of the guests, and I'm working, my other guests, you guys got to get back to me, dudes. But one of my guests has been very responsive. That's Michael Tidwell of the Block Time podcast. He's going to be on definitely on Friday morning when we do the show. So today, you can see the Bitcoin price is up. We're all happy. You know, don't worry too much about the price. But what I take from all of this, because we've had a pretty nice week so far, is that Bitcoin says China who? Who cares about China? Look, China's gone now. I mean, they're not fudding. They're not trading. Who knows what they're even, who cares? Life goes on without them. And that is what you're seeing. It's a nice recovery from all the FUD. And it just shows why you have to have a strong freaking hand in all this, people. So use that strong freaking hand and pound that like button. Also, remember, we had a show late last night. A lot of you haven't seen it because the times are all weird. Check out yesterday's show. Check out the day before show. It's all linked to below. The archives, you can learn a lot from the archives. But I mean, yesterday's show and the day before show are still very relevant. So I do link to them below, along with links to everything that I talk about in this video. And remember, if you're new, because a lot of Europeans are watching this that don't usually watch this at this time, hey, I post a new video every day. All right. Not the second day of Rosh Hashanah, though. That's the one day I take off, and the second day of Passover. Long story. All right. We're not going to get into that. So, okay, Bgold was in CoinDesk today. The big article, CoinDesk does a big article about Bgold. It wasn't the best article in the world. They got some things wrong. I've been saying for a while here that eventually the Bgold, it was going to be in the main media and people were going to start jumping on it. And now if you check over social media, on Twitter, on YouTube, all these people who didn't know about it before know about it. And the one thing that I wonder also is with today's Bitcoin spike, it seemed to happen. And again, I'm just wondering, the Bitcoin price spike was around $200 at first. Now it's like around $250. It was around the same time that the CoinDesk article came out about Bgold. It's a coincidence? Probably a coincidence. But in theory, in a logical market, people would begin to realize that holding Bitcoin is, you know, with this Bgold development that they're just finding out about, because they haven't been paying attention to my channel for the last month that I've been talking about this, but most people haven't. And that, you know, they're taking into account, well, wait a second, I'm going to get another crypto dividend out of this. I want more Bitcoin, and that would increase the demand of Bitcoin, and would increase the price of Bitcoin. And to get them into position to by November 1st to get this free crypto dividend. Anyway, you'd want to hold Bitcoin now. So maybe that did it. But obviously, logical thinkers, the 20%ers out there, are going to say, well, hang on a second here. I got to continue to hold my Bitcoin or hold some more Bitcoin, because this crypto dividend thing is looking more and more real. It's not some theoretical thing that Adam brought up a month ago anymore. It's getting hardcore real. Whether it be a friendly fork crypto dividend like Bgold, or the 2x whatever, Bcash, you guys are living through that already. All right. So again, another thing with people ask me with the Bgold, and we're going to get into this. They're like, well, how much is it going to be, Adam? How much? The market decides how much it's going to be, people. I think you should know that by now, right? It's like, but we can make guesses. And again, today, the price of Bitcoin all of a sudden jumped $250. If it had anything to do with Bgold, and again, I think it's more of a coincidence, but maybe Bgold could be $250. Maybe that's what's being priced in right now. Again, that's a long shot, but it does kind of go with my estimate that I brought up before, my conservative estimate, it looks like now, that people value Bcash at around 10% of Bitcoin. I don't see why Bgold could not be half of that. So valued at about 5% of Bitcoin, maybe a little more, which is around $200 or $250. Again, maybe it's a coincidence. Half a Bcash, the value of half a Bcash being one Bgold. Hey man, this thing's coming out of nowhere. There's no such thing as Bgold now. All of a sudden, for it to be worth $200, $250, it would be the number five cryptocurrency in the world in terms of market cap. And it would be higher in market cap in terms, more so higher than Litecoin. And that's pretty insane. But again, Bcash came out of the blue and it became the number 3 cryptocurrency on Earth. We're just going to have to wait and see. I mean, I've given you some interesting theories there. Anyway, so South Korea. We're going to get more into Bgold in a second. South Korea, my contact there, he explains what's going on he gives some North Korea, South Korea stuff that you might be interested in, but he gives some cryptocurrency information too. Instead of reading it all off to you, I made a Steemit post about it. I linked to that Steemit post below. Please check this out. My contact on the ground in South Korea, I mean, he tells you what's really going on there. He gives some news about the new altcoin exchange, huge altcoin exchange. We're going to be able to buy over 100 altcoins there. And as he's mentioned before, the South Koreans are huge gamblers. They're going to jump into this thing. So there are going to be all sorts of pumps of altcoins coming up. I mean, that's not my thing. But again, I find this very fascinating to see what's going on in other countries from on-the-ground sources. So that is linked to below that Steemit post. I also want to remind everyone, if you do like international people, you like this channel, so pound that like button. Hello, Europe. Pound, what did I say? Pound that like button, subscribe to this channel, and check out the notes section, the links below, because they're all very important links. All right, the great Charlie Lee has a tweet out there. And if you want to ask me a question during this show, you can do the super chat. I've got it out of the corner of my eye, the live chat. I can't see what you're specifically saying now, but if you do the super chat, it wakes me up. I see the color. I click on it. I answer your question. But we got a lot to talk about here, obviously, in the middle of the day. So the great Charlie Lee says in this tweet that's linked to below, help out with testing Litecoin 0.15 and start denominating your coins in lites. 1,000 lites equals 1 Litecoin. Well, hey, man, that is great that Charlie Lee is being proactive with breaking down Litecoin in that manner. So in the future, when Litecoin is worth $10,000 or whatever, you'll just say, I want this many lights. People won't be intimidated and be scared away by their $10,000 light. And I'm not saying that's really going to happen, but what I am saying is that Bitcoin, a lot of people have brought this up to me, and since there is no designated or semi-designated leader of Bitcoin, we as a community are going to have to get on this and just start to convince more and more exchanges to list Bitcoin in bits or whatever, you know, in a different denomination than it currently is, because people are intimidated by the price. So I can't buy $4,000. But if it says, well, 1 bit is worth $400, then they're like, oh, well, wait a second. I mean, it's all about mindset, psychology, it's marketing. It really, in the long run, 1 Bitcoin still worth 1 Bitcoin, 1 Litecoin still worth 1 Litecoin, but people feel more comfortable listed with, it seems cheaper, even though it's not cheaper. All right, so let's get into some more Bgold here, because it is the talk of the town. People have got all sorts of questions now since they had not been paying. You know, most people had not been watching this. Again, all of you regular viewers, you're like, hey, man, I'm a veteran, dude. What's this Bgold thing? Adam's been talking about it for a month. What's this crypto dividend thing? Adam's been talking about it for a month. Now it's coming true. But a reminder, this fork, this is a friendly fork. It's there to go. If you read the article, one of the good things about the article, you can tell that it is there to combat what Rocket Man Woo and his buddies are trying to do. They don't like this. They're talking Bgold down. So if you're not a Bcash fan, if you're not a 2x fan, just talk up Bgold. And because I'm saying, I'm not saying to buy these things. Again, we're holders of Bitcoin. We're getting this for free. But don't worry, people will be telling you to buy this stuff, even though you can get it for free, because they are not holders and they're not long-term thinkers. So you can already see these pump channels and some of these people that make up the 80% that just follow and don't really think. They're actually, some of their videos and their articles are funny. They just read the CoinDesk article. They just read it. That's their video. I can't buy. They might say a couple things, but they're not really coming up with any original thoughts. I mean, it's really, I can't believe some of the stuff that is out there. But these pump channels, these pump people, the people that tell you to buy Steam and buy all these ridiculous altcoins are going to be like, well, buy this, and they're not going to say buy big. The simple thing is buy Bitcoin, get this stuff for free. So, yeah, if you get free money, free coins by just holding, and some of these pump channels kind of have jumped around that a little bit, and they kind of seem angry that you can just get free crypto dividends from just holding Bitcoin. And I'm just like, dude, what? It's such a new concept to these people. Saving is a new, I mean, savers being rewarded instead of being pressured into investing into risky assets. That's all crypto dividend is. That is all Bgold is. It's rewarding us Bitcoin savers. In the old days, people would save money in banks and they would get interest. People would own stocks. They would get dividends when they would hold on to them, okay? So like, again, savings is this lost art, but it's such a simple thing. But all these pumpers want you to go into these crazy assets, lose your butt on buying these whack altcoins. And again, and in the long run, the patient people out there who are familiar with this channel, we are laughing our butts off because we've just been holding Bitcoin, doing nothing, and we're getting this free stuff. And you know as well as I do, if that unfriendly fork Bcash is worth $400 or whatever, that this Bgold thing, I mean, we could see parity one day. I don't know. If it's worth $5, it's better than $0. Okay, we're just getting $5 by just sitting on our Bitcoin. So again, if you go back to my original videos where I talked about this, I did discuss how once these things come out, though, that the 80% are going to pump it just like they pump Ripple. They just don't care about the basics behind it and the basic concepts. So we benefit from them pumping, okay? But again, it is an interesting concept. Oh, what am I here? Okay. Oh yeah, it is. These people. It is a friendly fork. They are the people behind Bgold are saying it is an altcoin. I cannot stress that enough because you do have people out there who are like, oh, why is it trying to be Bitcoin? It's not trying to be Bitcoin. It's trying to be an altcoin that's forking away from Bitcoin. And they're going to have more on their site soon. And I link to their Twitter below where they've been correcting some things. So check out their Twitter. Their site is not fully updated yet, but their Twitter does clarify some things that the article kind of misrepresented something. It's not a rebellion. This is not a rebellion. All right. So, and it just, again, I'm still shocked that some videos out there just read from the freaking CoinDesk and like they're I don't know, man. Be happy you're part of the 20% if you're part of the 20%, man. I'm pretty happy about it. It's been treating me pretty well. Pound that like button. So yeah, be patient about, again, the hardware wallets. People are asking about the hardware wallets providing information about Bgold, how they're going to handle it. Some of them are just finding out about this too, okay? They haven't been watching the Adam Meister channel either. But, you can tweet out to them and put pressure on Trezor and Ledger to make this easy, okay? I have no idea what they're going to do with this, if they're going to just ignore it. But the more people who are talking about it, the more likely that this is going to be easier for people who want to extract their Bgold from their Bitcoin. We've got a month here. Be patient, people. You got to be a little patient. That's part of being a long-term thinker. That's part of being the 20%. You got to put off gratification for a while. There's a lot of dudes out there who cannot put off gratification, and they end up, with a lot of extra kids that they shouldn't have, losing a lot of money on altcoins that they shouldn't have lost on, getting into cloud mining things. Anyway, and remember, Bgold, there is replay protection. It is a friendly fork. Hold your Bitcoin. Look at these magnificent benefits we get from these crypto dividends. All right, and where do you learn about crypto dividends first? Right here. Where do you learn about Bgold first? Right here. So Bitcoin Magazine has an article out about the curious case of Bitcoin Moby Dick spam. It talks about how some of these miners, whoever was spamming the Bitcoin network to scare people away from Segwit, and that it was all, there was a lot of spam and a lot of nonsense that was furthering this debate when there shouldn't have even been a debate, because it wasn't as crowded out there as everyone was saying it was, because the spam was making it crowded. So Aaron Van Weirdum does that article. I linked to that below. He's been on the show. A buddy of mine in India, a fan of the show, sent a graphic that I linked to below that appeared in a major newspaper there today, in the Times of India. It talks about cryptocurrency. And the interesting thing about this graphic that I want to bring up, it not only talks about Bitcoin, it shows information about Dash, Ethereum Classic, Ripple, oh God, Ethereum, and Litecoin. Why it picked those, I don't exactly know. They're all in the top 10, right? But to each his own. That's what they're hearing about in India right now in terms of altcoins. All right, we got a lot of live viewers here. That's very good, guys. I really like Europe. I know you're enjoying this. So one final thing I want to, is a little bit off topic. It's about, experience. Around 1998, we've been talking about this theory of mine that every 20 years there's a big technological advance, and if you're in before a certain year, you're in good shape. Well, I was around for 1998. I was young. I was too young to properly get into the internet, and in terms of buying things and starting a company. And I had the experience of living through that, though, even though I was young. And I know that this, what we're starting to experience now with cryptocurrency, with Bitcoin, it's bigger and we're earlier. I mean, this is going to really revolutionize the world in a completely different way than the internet did, but it's going to be bigger. And I am not missing out on this, okay? And I positioned myself not to miss out on this because I know how it is to miss out as a young person on the internet. Okay. I mean, again, I couldn't start a company back, but yeah, and I want to point out another thing about experience, because I was talking about experience. So I learned from that experience. And there are a lot of young people out there today who are in the cryptocurrency space who had no idea about the dot-com experience, about the 1998, 1999, 2000 experience at all. So you got to listen to people that have experience, even though I was young. I mean, listen to Andy Hoffman. And I'm going to tell you something funny that I did do eventually back then that showed how young I was, but kind of is a comparison to what some young people do today. I bought a stock called InfoSeek because I thought that Yahoo, which was the main search engine, was too expensive. I thought, well, why not I get the second best thing? It's cheaper. And that's the exact same mindset that people have today when they go to Coinbase and they're like, well, Bitcoin is too expensive. I want the second, I want Litecoin. That's cheaper. And it's a silly, it's not a good mindset to have. It's a silly mindset to have. You know, you can get both. You can diversify whatever you want to say. I only buy Bitcoin, of course, but you can buy a bit of Bitcoin. Just as with stocks, I could have gotten a little bit of Yahoo or whatever. And I am not saying that Litecoin is the next InfoSeek. No. And by the way, back then too, I sold the InfoSeek right away. I remember I did that too. I sold the InfoSeek right away, flipped it. I wasn't a long-term person. And I think InfoSeek did get purchased by ABC, or I don't even remember now. But again, you learn from your experiences like that. And some of my commentary on the current state of the cryptocurrency market comes from those days when I was a very young person and I was doing these things that made no sense when I look back at them now, that weren't the best move that I can make, because you want the real thing. If you know something's better than another thing, you want that. If it has a high price, you buy a fraction of it and you hold on to it. You don't just flip it. All right, so I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video. Check out the notes section below. Pound that like button. I'm going to join you guys in the chat and say hello to my European friends. Goodbye.